Am I still single? Well, how do you even know I was single? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much, first of all, for subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting. I super appreciate it. I am super camera shy. You probably wouldn't think that if you know me in person, but yes, I am camera shy. Today's video is really exciting. I'm doing a Q&A, but before we get into the Q&A, I wanted to introduce myself to you guys who don't know me. My name is London. I'm from the DC metropolitan area, and I am a real estate agent with a real estate lifestyle brand called LundonK&Co. I hold my license under Long & Foster, and yeah. So I am doing an Instagram Q&A. I posted like a little thing on my Instagram saying, filming a Q&A for my YouTube channel, Ask Away. There it is. And I got probably about 30 plus questions. And I said, you can ask real estate questions, you can ask personal questions. So we're about to get into these questions. Some of them were like a little low-key inappropriate. Not even low-key, but just inappropriate. So we will not be answering those questions today. Lots of questions here. I'm just gonna go through them one by one, starting from the top. And yes, I am nervous. I don't know why, but let's get into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this video, guys. All right, let's get started. The question is, how did you get into real estate? It's kind of crazy. When I tell people my story, they're like, oh, we don't believe in that. How do you just wake up one morning and say that you want to be a real estate agent? But that's actually what happened to me. Prior to becoming an agent, I was a diplomatic and entertainment sales manager at a boutique hotel in Georgetown. I just was not happy in my role. So what happened was, my daughter had gotten really sick from an allergic reaction, and she was in PICU, the pediatric intensive care unit, for about 4 days while they were getting the allergy under control. The hotel GM had kept texting me, and he even had like one of my colleagues bring my laptop there, and he's like, you know, numbers are important. What's going on with numbers? What's going on with groups? Didn't even ask about my daughter. And that was super hurtful. Like, I'm focused on her and her getting better. So anyways, I had went back to my job that day. I resigned. As soon as I went back, packed all of my things, sent them a really lengthy email as to why I was resigning. And I just was out of work for probably close to like 9 months. And during that 9 months, I traveled, and I had a savings at this time. So I used my savings as a means to get by. But I traveled, and then I like prayed and prayed because I could not figure out what I wanted to do. I thought that hotel sales, group sales was, you know, what I wanted to do. But obviously that's not what God had for me. So I literally woke up one morning and I was like, I want to be a real estate agent. And I did it. I just went after it. I did my pre-licensing class. I did a hybrid class, which was from like 9 to 5. And I was able to do that because I wasn't employed. And I actually started on August the 2nd, my daughter's birthday, 2018, because I will have been licensed for, it was 2 years in September. See yourself having a career with YouTube? You know, I'm taking this seriously. I'm treating it as a business. All of 2021, my goal is to have a lot of side hustles, a lot of residual income. So I do see myself having a career in YouTube, whether it be a side hustle, or maybe this will become just as big and equal as my real estate career. But I love it. I only want to do it as long as I'm having fun. The moment that it starts to feel like work to me, then that's it, period. Because real estate doesn't feel like a job to me. I love doing it. It's my passion. It's definitely what God had for me to do. If real estate becomes, you know, starts to feel like a job to me, then I will probably stop doing it. But right now I'm having fun with it. I love it. I'm learning to edit, How has COVID impacted the real estate market and what do you project moving forward? This is a really good one. Me personally, it has made my career like jump 1,000. It has been so beneficial for me. Business has been impeccable. Business is booming, and I mean that literally. I have spoken to other agents, and some are experiencing the same thing, some aren't experiencing the same thing. I already exceeded my numbers that I did last year over year in volume and units. So for me, COVID has impacted my business in a positive manner. And what do I project moving forward? Honestly, I'm not sure. Cases are starting to spike again. We're going into the winter. Winter is typically slow for real estate. So I don't know. I kind of think, to be completely honest, that the market will slow down and inventory is already low. But I do think that, this winter the market will slow down. How tall am I? I am 5'5.25". There's 2 questions in this one. Describe your fashion style. The Nike sneakers app, I've been trying to get like all of the new drops, all the new releases, but I like to be comfortable. So sweatpants, a cute little top like this, simple. I love browns right now. Have you ever dated a client or another realtor? I've never dated another realtor. I did date a client and got my heart broken. Now I see why they say don't mix business and pleasure. We were together for 6 months. How do you balance motherhood and friendships with a demanding realtor schedule? I would say when I first started real estate, my thing to do so that I could ramp up business was I did open houses every single Saturday and Sunday, plus dealing with clients. But that was my way of building my sphere. And obviously that took away time, most importantly for my daughter. So I again prayed and I said, Lord, please allow me to have enough business to where I don't have to do open houses every Saturday and Sunday to, build up my clientele, build up my pipeline. And sure enough, it happened. I don't plan on doing them unless they're for my listings. But that's how I balance it, is I make sure that I set out a time for my daughter so that we can do things. And usually we would travel prior to COVID. But I just think it's important to schedule everything. And that's how I pan out time for my daughter. As far as friendships, I don't have a lot of friends. It's so weird because I'm seriously people think I'm an extrovert when really I think I'm half and half, 50-50. Half extrovert, half introvert, because I don't have a lot of friends. I like to be to myself. But the friends that I do have, I'm all over them. I love them. But yeah, I don't have a lot of friends, very few friends, the same friends that I've had since growing up, or a lot of my family members, my cousins are my friends as well. We hang out. So the way that I make time for them is usually it's random, or we'll just schedule dinners, or they'll come over here or I'll go to their house. What advice would you give a buyer navigating in a seller's market and vice versa? It's definitely a seller's market right now. Again, inventory is extremely low. Everything is competitive. I mean, if you're not offering 50 to 100,000 over right now without any contingencies, and when I say contingency, that's the home inspection contingency, appraisal contingency. My clients and I are waiving pretty much everything right now. Or if you have a client who has access to off-market properties, that's another way to get in. But it's definitely a seller's market. But the good thing for buyers is that the interest rates are really low right now. So that's beneficial. The advice that I would give is just be patient, trust your agent. If you don't trust your agent, then work with another agent. I am a stickler on, I don't have my buyers sign buyer agency agreements because it's kind of like getting married and having a marriage certificate. I don't want to tie you down and then it get messy when you don't want to work with me anymore or I don't want to work with you anymore. So my advice is just be patient, make sure you're working with a really good agent, and just save your coins as well. Don't go out spending when you're trying to purchase a home. Save, because you enjoy all of those benefits, after you purchase your home. What are some home decor trends you love currently? I love, like my entire level, I'll do a house tour for you guys, but this level that I'm on, which is like the kitchen, living room, is black and white. So I love black and white. I like clean lines. I don't like a lot of stuff. Like I am a minimalist and I love plants. Here's Andre. You guys may not be able to really see him right now, but during COVID, when we were on lockdown, I got into plants and I became a plant mom. So I like plants, only like one plant here or there. Though, like I have this really big one here, and then I have an aloe plant in my room. Haley has an aloe plant and a snake plant in her room. So that's kind of my home decor vibes right now. What inspired the name LundonK&Co? Ooh, that's a good one. That's funny. My first managing broker, Teresa. Hey, Teresa. We were like sitting in her office trying to figure out names for my brand. And she came up with LundonK&Co and it stuck and I love it. Best and worst client experience. Oh God. Oh God. I have a good worst client. Let's do the worst first and then we'll do the best. Because this is going to make me irritated. But I had a client. It was a new construction property that we were under contract on. There were delays, which is to be expected with new construction. Then we found out there were fees that were not paid by the developer for like, you know, the build of the property. And mind you, that's something that I wouldn't find out on the front end. That's found out when the title company runs title work for the property. So the client got irate. They were the fiance was irate and upset. She felt as though I wasn't supporting them. I didn't know what I was doing, when in actuality, I was correct at all of the ways that I went about things. But anyway, she went and she wrote like this super duper negative review about me on Zillow. And Zillow is like my website. Like Instagram is also kind of like my website, but Zillow is also my website because that's where people will go on, see the homes I've sold, look at my reviews, and I have all 5-star reviews. So when she wrote this irate, total bashful review about me, I freaked out, I cried, I called my managing broker, I called my grandmother, and then my grandmother put me in touch with her lawyer, and we had to draft up a cease and desist. And based on the review, there were a lot of things that were not facts. So that's what would have allowed us to file a defamation of character lawsuit. But good thing is I didn't have to go that route. Again, we just did the cease and desist, letting them know that if the review was not taken down, we would move forward with charges of defamation of character. As soon as the gentleman got that, and you know, he had his fiance take it down immediately. That was my worst client. My best client, I love all of my clients. I don't know, all of my clients are super deserving of what they have. So I don't really have like a favorite client, but I just love all my clients. I build really close relationships with them, probably about like 85% of the time. So I don't know, I love all my clients, guys. How was the transition from 9 to 5 to your real estate business? So again, I had a gap. So I didn't really have a transition because I didn't leave straight from my 9 to 5 job to becoming a real estate agent. So it was great. The one challenging thing that I will say is that coming from corporate world 9 to 5 to going to real estate, where you are an independent contractor, you make your own schedule, you pretty much make your own rules. It's tough because you have to be disciplined. And I'm someone who, honestly, I love to sleep in. I don't like waking up early. I like to lay around the house, and you have to grind, you have to hustle. So the most challenging part for me, and I would say to new agents, is make sure that you have a schedule. Don't get comfortable. I am not comfortable. Like, I've been doing this for 2 years and I feel like there's so much more to do. I feel like I have not accomplished a lot of things that I want to accomplish. So yeah, I would say, like, again, the most challenging thing transitioning from a 9 to 5 to becoming a real estate agent is discipline. What's your favorite house, apartment you've seen in a movie, TV? My favorite movie, TV home is definitely Home Alone. The house from Home Alone, like the first one, is my favorite. And that's because like I want a big family. I want a big single family house. And it's just super cozy. So many memories. I'm big on like memories, making memories in your home. So that's definitely my favorite TV home. Am I still single? Well, how do you even know I was single? But no. Yes, I am single. I'm not mingling. I'm chilling. I feel like whomever God has for me, he's going to come Prince Charming out of somewhere. I hope sooner rather than later, though. Where's your dream place to live and why? My dream place to live is definitely here in Washington, D.C., but I want a home that's outside of something that I think that I would be able to afford. So I want like minimum 2-car garage, single family home, huge backyard. I'd like to have a pool. I want to have land. I want to have a his and her restroom. I don't want to be using the same toilet as my man. I want to have, there's just so much I want in a home. And my dream home in DC is going to cost probably $5 million. So I'm considering, you know, settling for Prince George's County or Montgomery County. How many showings equals one closing? I don't know. Like, it all depends on the client. I've had clients where I've taken to the first showing and they've wanted to put a contract on it and we got ratified. I've had clients who have showed homes for 6 months and we don't get ratified until like that 7th month. So it all really depends on the client, their timeline, what they're looking for. I don't really have a set amount. Would you let me take you out? You guys, this is funny. This is actually a boyfriend from high school asking would I let him take me out. I don't know. Not right now. It's COVID, guys. It's COVID. Can't be going out. Do you have a nickname? I don't really have a nickname. People call me Lun. That's it. What's your zodiac sign? I'm an Aries. I'm actually on the cusp of Aries and Pisces. My birthday is March 22nd, and I think that the 21st may be Pisces or the 20th. So yeah, I'm an Aries. How's dating during quarantine? Non-existent. How many children do you want? Well, I already have 1 child. I think I want 2 more children. So a total of 3 children would be perfect. What hospital were you born in? I was born in Washington Hospital Center in Washington, D.C. What's one of your wildest memories from college? Ooh, that's a good one. I already know it. My wildest memory from college was I found out that I was pregnant with Haley right before a final exam. So I don't know why I would take a pregnancy test before a final, but I did, came back positive, and then my nerves were just shot. I could barely even focus on the exam. I don't even know if I passed the exam. I would think so since it's a final and I graduated college. But that's definitely my wildest memory in college. As an investment, is it better to flip, buy and sell, flip, buy and hold? It all depends on the location. In today's market right now, because inventory is so low, I would say it's best to like buy and resell when you're flipping a home. But buying and holding is a great investment as well because you're having residual income from the rent. What's the best advice you'd give to aspiring real estate investors? I would say for aspiring real estate investors, I think my best advice would be, you know, go after it. If that's what you want to do, then it's something that you need to take seriously. I think you need to find a reliable, really good contractor. I think you should also like shadow other really big investors or developers. And I also say that you want to find a really good hard money lender. One really good hard money lender is Smart Settlements. So shout out to Smart Settlements. How do I get a LundonK&Co hoodie? Just DM me. And the demand for the hoodies have been crazy. I've honestly considered selling the hoodies, but I don't know. Like I would have to set up a website and people place orders on there, but it's a little overwhelming to keep up with, you know, the orders of the hoodies and everyone who wants hoodies because I still am working and I'm extremely busy right now. So if you want a hoodie, then I would just say, shoot me a text and I'll get you a hoodie. At what point in your life did you realize real estate was your calling? I realized that real estate was my calling when I had my lowest moments in real estate. And those are moments where everyone was telling me, family members were like, London, I think you need to get a 9 to 5 until you start getting your business up, start getting sales. And I had moments where I was like, okay, I cannot do this. Where is my next check gonna come from? How am I gonna put food on the table? And out of nowhere, business just came abundantly. And when that happened, I was like, okay, this is what God has for me. Don't doubt yourself. Don't go back to a 9 to 5. Just grind and it's gonna happen. And I was just blessed and with overflow. Business was super successful, and that's when I realized like this is what God had. So comfortable in my craft, so comfortable in what I was doing. What advice would you give someone who is interested in real estate with no experience? Probably the most asked question in my DMs, like, London, I want to go into real estate. What advice do you have for me? Or like this is what I get all the time, probably like twice a week. And I would say if you want to go into real estate, you need to make sure that you have a savings. Marketing is extremely expensive, and I think that it contributes huge to your success. Every single person that you know needs to know that you're a real estate agent. So if you want to become a real estate agent, you need to make sure that you have, funds in reserve to contribute towards your marketing. You need to have a really grind mentality, and don't just go into real estate because like you see people such as myself on Instagram looking as though we're living this best life. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. There's a lot of sweat. There's a lot of tears. I would say this industry is super competitive. The industry is very challenging. Every single transaction is different. Every single client is different. So you just need to make sure that if this is something that you're going to go into, you need to be determined to be successful and not just do it based on what you're seeing on Instagram. Are you going to get a LundonK&Co chain? Yes, I am going to get a LundonK&Co chain. That's actually going to be a Christmas gift to me. I'm not going to get like LundonK&Co. I'm just going to get the key, like a diamond key. And then I want to have a diamond necklace as well. But I'm super excited. I'll actually vlog like my experience of sending, the design to the designer, getting fitted, like everything. I'm going to vlog that, but I'm super excited because that's going to be a Christmas gift to myself. How do you manage being a mother and real estate agent? What are some challenges that you face? I kind of already answered this earlier in this Q&A. But again, you have to have time management. It's all about time management. I will just say that. There's so many questions, guys. And where is a good place to start after you take the state test? So you need to interview a lot of brokers. I chose Long & Foster because they just have so many resources. And to me, it's creme de la creme. So like coming from Ritz-Carlton and going to Long & Foster was a no-brainer. If you want to have a really good experience and you want to stay in a luxury hotel, are you going to go to Motel 6 or are you going to go to Ritz-Carlton? So that's why going to Long & Foster was no-brainer. But I will say go around, interview the different brokers, and your pre-licensing class, if you do it in person, which they may not be doing right now because of the pandemic, but the brokers will come to that class. And that's how I met my managing broker. Like before she even left, I was already drafting her an email asking to schedule an appointment when I sat down with her, because I'm really big off of like the vibe that I get from people, and her vibe was phenomenal. We clicked. She's amazing. She contributed huge to my success. Where do you see your business in the next 5 years? International. That's exactly where I see my business in the next 5 years. Key tips after passing the state test. Go through every contact in your phone. Let them know how excited you are that you just passed your real estate test and that you look forward to assisting them and their friends and their colleagues in all of their real estate needs. Advice on the course: study your butt off. Oh my gosh. So what I did was all of my flashcards that I had written down, I went through my flashcards and I read them into like the voice recorder in my phone. and I would have that playing. I would have the word and the definition playing 24/7. When I was in the shower, it was playing. When I was in the car, it was playing. Like, I didn't watch any TV. So just study, study, study. And I think that it really helped hearing rather than reading the definitions. It kind of like gets embedded. Last question, guys. What advice would you give to someone just starting to get into real estate? I think I answered that one, but I would just say hustle, grind, make sure that everybody knows who you are. Use Instagram, it's free marketing. Use Facebook if you're good at Facebook. I'm not. It's free marketing. Twitter, free marketing. LinkedIn, free marketing. But just make sure that every single person that you know knows that you're a real estate agent. I don't mean, you're just like out in the street and you tell people, hey, I'm a real estate agent. Like, no, that's a bit desperate. But everyone who's in your phone book, you need to shoot them a text and tell them how excited you are that you just passed the exam. You look forward to servicing their needs. And I would just say, like, do what works for you. Don't worry about what other real estate agents do. I feel like that's one area that like really had me stressed out. I'm like, this agent's doing this, like I need to be doing that. No, find what works for you, because if you're not being authentic to yourself, then everyone's going to be able to tell. So I just think once you get comfortable and are able to be authentic with yourself, things will go great. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to my Instagram Q&A. I am so excited to bring you guys so much more content. Again, my brand is a lifestyle brand. Our slogan is, it's more than real estate, it's a lifestyle. So this YouTube channel is not going to be all about real estate. It's going to be about real estate. It's going to be like coming with me on business trips, coming with me on personal trips. Whatever I want to do, I'm going to do it. So I'm excited for you guys. Thank you guys for your support, and comment down below what you guys want to see some content about. I may have to try and do some things for you guys. But thank you guys so much. Stay safe out there.